One of the other really big questions before we move on is, was my data stolen? Was it exfiltered? Why does that question matter? We've been breached. Somebody punched a hole in our wall, whether it was a big wall or a little wall. They've been breached, so we've got some liability. Why does it matter on the forensics question of whether or not they took my data?
If the answer is yes, it's a breach. That's a short response to your question, but if they take something that is not theirs, it's a breach. So it's very important.
The flowchart ends with a very simple. Tim, how did the technical folks identify whether or not data was or was not exfiltered? Is there little digital fairy dust and footprints?
Yeah, this often comes up whenever the business folks start getting involved in a breach. And I've been in so many calls where I want to know, that the lawyer gets on or the CEO gets on and says, I want to know with 100% certainty whether or not data was exfiltrated. Like, well, we probably should have had this conversation 2 years ago, so we put the right tools and controls in place so that we could identify what was on that machine and did it flow out, right? So yeah, unless you have certain controls in place before the breach, this is a guessing game to see what data was on that machine. Did it go out or not? So you really need to think about these things before, and preparation is so key to incident response, because it becomes a guessing game if you don't have those tools and controls in place.
And I would say one of those things would be audit logs. Every system comes with auditing capability for the most part. They have default settings. They may not retain your logs very long. You need to have that discussion. Is this a system I want to retain logs longer? Where are the logs? Can I read the logs?
So the point is, if properly prepared, yes, you can know. If not properly prepared, you aren't sure.